guys, welcome back to Scott Family Homestead. If you are in the south, you've probably been gardening for a while, but we are in Zone 4 in northern Wisconsin, and we are finally hitting gardening season. So we're still about a month out. So today we're going to work in the high tunnel a little bit. I've got my pond liners down in here. We use those instead of silage tarps. I'll let you know, this is our first year with them, I'll let you know how it goes. We're going to fold those up, roll them up, and they are going outside onto our outdoor garden that is freshly tilled and ready to go. We're going to go ahead and try to knock back the grass. If you are new here, we are planting in an old hay field, and so we have been fighting grass for a while now. So we're going to get silage tarps out there. See how the greenhouse looks in here. Sometime this week, hopefully we can get the greenhouse tilled up and get some of the cold hardy stuff started in here. I've got all the goodies started inside, tomatoes, peppers, herbs, they're ready to go. But I'm really excited because this week, behind the high tunnel, we got it all tilled. We're gonna plant all of our onion starts, and we're gonna plant some blueberry plants because we're starting a little fruit field back there. Part of the fruit field this year will be onions because we aren't fully expanded yet. But to start, we're gonna plant 20 blueberry plants. Doing low bush blueberries. We'll talk about fertilizing those, the acidity, and all of that. And then we're going to go ahead and do our onion starts, which are different than onion sets. So we'll kind of cover the difference there and talk about that. And I'm going to show you how we're getting those planted. I've got 3 varieties. And if you are local, I have some extras. So reach out. We're almost out, but we have a few left. And you can also plant some onion starts this year and see how they do for you. So first up, let's get these silage tarps folded up and moved outside. Out in the high tunnel, I did plant some of these beds with some spinach and lettuces. So you can see they're starting to pop up here. It's not as thick as I would like, but I do have lettuce starts indoors that will sub in these beds as well. All right, now that this is cleared out, you can see there is quite a bit of grass that kind of has that yellowy, it's definitely still kind of alive, not fully knocked back, but for the most part, there's not much in here. So we'll till this up, and then this is going to be great for all of our tomatoes and peppers this year. Got some little radishes coming up in here. We moved our bunnies outdoors. They're actually going to get split up, so one rabbit will get this entire setup, and then we have another large hutch on the other side, and they kind of just hang out in the outdoor garden. They can hop around when we let them out, and they get lots of fresh garden goodies. These guys are just our pets, but we use their droppings and litter for fertilizer, and I'll show you that when we get over towards our onions. So they're outside. I'm going to water these garden beds, try to get a little bit more germination in here. But that's everything that's planted in the high tunnel so far. I did not expect it to be so windy today, so filming might be difficult, but so we've got our rabbits out here. We have these garden beds. These are the cheap ones just from Amazon that we started last year. This one's got some garlic in it. And then the other one is my son's garden for this year. And then we're adding 4 of these nice long Vego garden beds. And then on each corner, we have our green stalks. So this is going to be a much bigger exterior garden. We're getting that started. We've got just the starts of our garlic coming up through the mulch. And then next to the high tunnel, we've got our tarps. The wind is kind of taking away some of it, so we're gonna have to put some more weight on there to hold that down. But that's gonna be a pretty large garden area as well. All right, we're gonna head out and around. You'll see all the cows out here too. They are loving the warmer temperatures. We do have a big storm coming in. I get quite a bit of rain. I think that'll help water in the onions though. Kind of just a nice deep soaking rain will be good for them. So back here behind the high tunnel, we're gonna start our rows of blueberries right up against the high tunnel and coming out. And then we've got this space. Kind of see I've already marked off some beds. These are gonna be for the onions. Apple, pear, and cherry trees are all along the cattle fencing here. So this will eventually all be fruit. We're just doing it little by little. So we added some apple trees last year. We're adding the blueberries this year. I would like to get some honeyberries out here and maybe some blackberries. We'll see, little by little. Onions tolerate the cold just fine, and the blueberries will do just fine as well. They're kind of already accustomed to that. We did buy blueberry plants, not bare root, and they should adjust pretty well. Just got to get them rooted and watered and they'll be good to go. So here are my onion starts from Dixondale Farms, and I have 3 different kinds. First we've got the Redwing red onions, and the way they sell their onions, they come in bunches of about 4 dozen plants. And when you get them, they're bundled like this, and they might be a little bit dry, and that's okay. These are dormant, so they'll be ready to go into the ground. And they can do the cold temperatures that we've got right now. Onions can go to about 20 degrees Fahrenheit, but you don't want sustained cold temperatures. But we should be through most of that for now. These will grow out in about 100 days. And the red ones have a pretty decent storage on them. These Redwing onions, you can push pretty close to a year for storage. We've got the yellow onions. Now these don't store as long. These are going to be kind of quick use onions. These are the Walla Walla. They take about 90 days to grow. And the last variety we have are a white onion. These are the Ringmaster. They also take about 100 days to grow. They have a 4 to 5 month storage on them. They'll store pretty good for a while. So a few things on the onions. I'm going to plant mine 6 inches apart in rows 6 inches apart. You can put your onions closer together. You can do like a 3 or 4 inch spacing on it, but then you want your rows a little bit further apart, like maybe a foot apart. The way that my bed is set up, I want to do just a big chunk of onions. So we're going to do 3 foot wide, and it's about 14 feet long. And we just want to plant every 6 inches. So it's going to take about 3 of these bundles for each of my beds. And I have 6 beds out there. So it's going to be a lot of onions. We're planting a lot of onions. We're going to get these started. I'm still in the high tunnel right now because it's so windy. It's hard to film out there, but I'll show you kind of how we do it. First, we're going to fertilize with rabbit fertilizer. I have the entire winter's worth of rabbit litter and droppings, so we're going to spread that out and rake it in first. And then I'm just going to use a dibber tool. This is a dibber, and it'll make a hole big enough for these onions. This will work perfectly. We'll just put a little hole in, plop the onion in, just where the color starts to change there. You want your bulbs to grow right at the surface, so you don't want to bury these down deep. The other thing that I mentioned earlier is that we're expecting a lot of rain. If we were expecting rain for several days in a row, I would hold off on planting these, but since it's just 1 day of rain and then we're going to have some nice sunny days, I think it'll be a nice like watering in rain, so I'm going to go for it. But if you have really wet and poor drainage soil, I would not plant right before you get a big rain. We've got really good drainage back here, and we're going to get a lot of rain, but then it's going to dry up pretty quickly. So I think we're safe on that front. But if in doubt, you can always kind of hold off, wait for a few sunny days, plant, make sure you water them in good, and kind of just keep an eye on them. Now, I've always previously done onion sets. Those are the little kind of dry looking onions, and they're like a little bulb. You plant them in the ground and then they sprout a little onion green and eventually bulb up to an onion. Now those are 2nd year onions. Basically what they do, they plant onion seed. They get it growing so it's about that size, just a little bit bigger than these starts. And then they put it into dormancy. And then when you plant it and water it and reawaken it, it's kind of thinking it's its second year of growth. The way that onions grow, they grow a nice big bulb and they store a lot of sugars in that bulb the first year. And then the second year, they pull the energy from that bulb and they put out a big seed head. That's kind of their survival. That's the way that onions grow. A lot of other plants do this too. You can let your carrots overwinter. If you leave a carrot in the ground over the winter, it will come up the next year. It'll put out a huge seed head. You can collect seeds from that. They have this alternating year pattern. So when you put a set in the ground, it thinks it's year 2, and you might find that those are putting on big seed heads and they're not really bulbing up the way you would like. That's where the onion starts are a little bit nicer. These are first year onions. They should bulb up really nicely and have less of an issue of them trying to go to seed. So that's the difference between an onion set and an onion start. Onion starts are a little bit harder to find, and so that's why I ordered them online this time. I did order extra so we could share with our local community and kind of spread the savings, because they are expensive if you order them in small amounts. We ordered a whole bunch of them, so we're going to get a bunch planted back here. We're going to be onion farmers this year, I guess, and hopefully they'll grow really well and we'll get a good harvest out of them. Now we're going to head back. I'm going to fertilize our plots back there, and we're going to go ahead and just start planting these onions and do it as quickly as we can, get them in the ground. Trying to hide from the wind here, but it's pretty windy. We've got all of our onions out there. We've got 3 big chunks of them finished. We're gonna put some more on the other side, but we're gonna switch over here to the blueberries. So I have this large area here. We are gonna put a door out the back of the high tunnel. So the plan is to have a walkway down the middle here. So we're gonna do 5 blueberries on each side of each type. So we have 2 different types. So we're gonna do 2 rows. With the blueberries, you can plant them a couple different ways. So you can do them quite far apart, so they're standalone blueberry bushes. You want to put them about 6 to 8 feet apart, or you can put them nice and close together, like 2.5 to 3 feet apart, and grow kind of a blueberry hedge. So that's what we're going for. We're going for just a big, long, continuous area of blueberries. So we're gonna do 5, right down here. I've got about 14 feet to put 5 blueberries in, and then we'll go over, do our second variety. Now, a couple things about blueberries. You need to fertilize your blueberries, and you want to keep it fairly acidic. So we bought a fertilizer specifically for that. I will show you that in a minute. We have this great garden center about an hour from us, and you can get, look at these blueberry plants. So I've ordered from Starks Brothers before, and you get just a little stick of a blueberry plant. This is amazing. I mean, this is huge. I talked about this a little bit last year with the bare root trees that we planted. The ones we got from our local place were so much bigger, stronger, sturdier than the Starks Brothers ones. I'm not knocking Starks Brothers, but if you can find someplace local to you, you might get better stock suited for your area. And if you are local to us, we get this from Hanson's Garden Village, and we do their bare root sale every year. I am so impressed every time. Every time we go pick something up. So you want 2 different types of blueberries so they can cross-pollinate. That helps blueberries a lot. So we went with this North Blue as our first type. This is a low bush blueberry. You can get high bush varieties where you don't have to crouch so much to pick them, but we are okay with the short ones, and they have really good production and large berries. So that's what we're going for. These grow to be about 2 or 3 feet tall, which is perfect for us. And they're good down to zone 3, so you know they can handle the cold. You're gonna dig a nice big hole, and you're gonna plant it right level with this. You don't want to bury any more of the plant that's already in the soil. Blueberries like full sun, so this spot here is gonna be perfect for it. And they do, like I said, they do suggest you plant them further apart. This one says about 3 feet apart for these. And then the other thing to consider is mulching. So we're gonna mulch these pretty heavily, but with the wind coming in and the storm coming in tonight and tomorrow, I'm not gonna bother mulching this or the onions yet. We'll come back through and do that later in just a couple of days when we've got kind of calm weather and it's a little bit easier to do that. With these, I'll probably put a wood chip down, a nice thick mulch, try to fight that grass, and though they will do just fine with a heavy mulch around them. With a lot of my other stuff, I mulch with straw and just try to keep moisture in. More than worrying about weeds with things like the onions, we will weed that by hand. The second variety of blueberry we did are North Country blueberries. So we got North Blue and North Country, and they both have similar growing habits and similar berries. So this one also grows about 2 feet tall, and you want to plant them 2 to 3 feet apart. So we've got 20 blueberries total to plant, and we're going to use this. We also picked this up from our local garden center, and they suggested this for the blueberries. You're just going to mix it in with the soil. You can put it actually in the hole for each one as you're planting them, and then in future seasons you can top dress with it and just kind of mix it into the soil. So we're going to just follow the directions on the box of this one and get it in this whole area. So for this one, it recommends a 1/2 cup into the backfill soil. You just kind of mix it in there and put it right into the hole when you plant your blueberry plants. This is 5 pounds, which would be about 10 cups. So it should be the perfect amount for 20 berry bushes. We'll get this done and then we'll go back to the onions. The onions are kind of tedious, and I got way more than I thought I did. So it's gonna take me a little bit longer to plant them. But we'll get it done. We've got 2 rows of blueberry bushes here. Mike is just finishing it up, and I got a little over like 500 or 600 of the onions planted, and now I have to go pick up an azure order. So they had a truck issue today, and my husband was gonna go get the order, but they were delayed. We got to get on the road and go pick it up a little bit later than expected. So I'm gonna sign off for now. I'm super excited about getting the garden started. There's still a lot more to do, a lot more that could go in the ground now. We'll have all of our cool weather stuff going in soon. I'll do a video to cover all of that as we plant it. We're gonna get these Vego garden beds put together and finished up. We're gonna talk about filling these Vego garden beds because that is a lot of soil. So we are not going to fill the whole thing with soil and compost. So we'll talk a little bit about that coming up. Getting the high tunnel prepped. We're gonna get this tilled. It's finally garden season. This is very exciting for me because last year we didn't have the high tunnel up at this point. My husband had a stroke last year, right at the time when we were supposed to get this put up and get the garden planted, and everything was delayed. The garden was smaller than expected, and this year I'm living all of my garden dreams. So what are you guys up to? What zone are you in? What are you guys planting? Leave me a comment. Thank you for watching and hanging out with me. I'm so happy you are here. Make sure you're subscribed, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye guys. You're gonna put a little bit of dirt back into your hole, okay? Put some dirt in the hole. Yeah? Okay, now you're gonna squeeze all over your box. Then turn it and squeeze it some more. And then see if you can plop it out. All right, now we want the soil exactly at the level of this. This is already perfect, okay? So you're gonna put it in your hole. If that's below the level, like mine is, you're gonna put a little more dirt. Now you're gonna gently fill it in. If we have all these little clumps like this, you gotta break those up, okay? We want nice loose soil so our roots can grow.